So you're thinking of moving to Summerlin, but you kind of want to know the good and the bad, the pros and the cons, what to look for, maybe what you should avoid whenever you're making that move to Las Vegas. Well, that's exactly what we're going to cover in this video, and we're getting after it right now. If you are new to this channel and you want to know everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good and the bad about living in Las Vegas, Nevada, and the surrounding area like Summerlin, then subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market in Las Vegas. Hi. My name is Mark Pepe, and the team and I get calls every day from people just like you looking for help in making their move to Las Vegas. We are passionate about removing the stress of relocating to a completely new city and state. And as a real estate professional here, it doesn't matter whether you are moving in 9 days or 90 days. Give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, and we will be more than happy to help you make a smooth move to Las Vegas. So here we are talking about the pros and the cons, the good and the bad about living and moving to Summerlin, which is an affluent suburban area located along the western rim of the Las Vegas Valley. Summerlin ranks as one of the top master plan communities, not only in Las Vegas, but in the entire country. It is divided into 3 associations. You've got the North, the South, and the West. And it comprises of 22 distinct villages. You know, in fact, Money Magazine has named it one of the best places to live in America. There are 125,000 people and growing that live here in this phenomenal suburb. In fact, only 70% of Summerlin has been built out. So the future is definitely growing and expanding. So let's dive into our first pro, which is excellent schools. Summerlin is home to more than 24 schools, including 11 nationally recognized private schools and 14 public schools with outstanding ratings. The public schools are part of the Clark County School District, which is the 5th largest school district in the nation. With that type of size, not all schools are on the same playing field across Clark County, as there are areas where some schools are less desirable than others. However, Summerlin is home to some of the best schools in the entire Las Vegas Valley. The schools range from kindergarten all the way through collegiate and university level, ensuring kids of all ages can access high quality education in their community, which I know is very, very important to a lot of families. Our next pro is shopping conveniences. So when you think of shopping in Summerlin, downtown Summerlin definitely tops the list. It is an outdoor center which offers 125 regional and branded retail shops, including Macy's and Dillard's as their anchor stores. There's 30 plus bars and restaurants, including Harlow Steakhouse Bar and Grill and Maggiano's Little Italy, both 2 amazing restaurants I've visited frequently and are delicious. There's also a Regal movie theater as well in downtown Summerlin. There's also Tivoli Village, which is one of Summerlin's newer shopping centers. It's an outdoor shopping experience with an assortment of unique shops, businesses, and restaurants. Lastly, there's Boca Park Fashion Village, which has a Target, an REI, and a handful of restaurants as well. So there's plenty of shopping to do right in Summerlin alone that you don't have to go more than a couple minutes to get to. Our next pro is there's always something to do. And when you're living in Summerlin, enjoying a vibrant downtown, as we just previously mentioned, but there's also so much more to do. You can also catch an Aviators baseball game at the Las Vegas ballpark, or pop into City National Arena, which is a practice facility for the Vegas Golden Knights, and you can catch the team's practice during the season, or you can ice skate year-round at the 2 ice rinks there at City National Arena. There's also 3 local resorts located within Summerlin. The first is Red Rock Casino and Resort right next to downtown Summerlin, and is managed by Station Casinos, which also owns and operates 17 other properties in Las Vegas. In Red Rock Casino, there's bowling and there's a movie theater on site as well. The second resort is the JW Marriott Resort and Spa. Phenomenal spa. If you're into spas, you definitely want to check out the spa at the JW Marriott Resort. There's also next door to that, the Suncoast Hotel and Casino, which again has a number of amenities as well and restaurants there, which is located right next to the JW Marriott. Next is the Summerlin Library and Performing Arts Center. It features a community theater. It hosts many community events ranging from music, theater, dance productions, pageants, and lectures. The venue is so popular, it is booked more than a year in advance. The community also hosts a number of activities throughout the year to encourage people to mingle with their neighbors. So again, there's not a shortage of things to do in and around Summerlin. The next pro is the awesome parks. Summerlin has over 250 parks, and within each village there are multiple parks. Two of the more popular ones include Mesa Park, which is located in Summerlin South, and then you've got Fox Hills Park, located in Summerlin North. There's not a shortage of places for your kids to play in many, many parks around Summerlin. Next, that leads me to my next pro, and that is an abundance of outdoor recreation options. So in addition to the hundreds of parks, the Summerlin Trail System comprises of 4 types of trails, spanning more than 150 miles. Great for walking, for running, for cycling. You know, these trails connect the neighborhoods and villages and provides children with a great safe passageway to school. You can't mention recreation options in Summerlin without talking about Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area. It offers world-class hiking, biking, rock climbing, and horseback riding. There are fantastic areas to have a picnic or take a drive along the 13-mile scenic route through the canyon. It's no wonder Red Rock is a top destination for locals and tourists alike. There's also community centers with pools and 10 immaculate golf courses, including the only 2 TPC golf courses in all of Nevada. So if you're an outdoor enthusiast, you're going to love living in Summerlin. Our next pro is the weather in Summerlin is cooler. And let me preface this by saying the summers here in Las Vegas are hot, mainly through the June through the first part of September. However, if you choose to live in Summerlin, you will benefit from cooler temperatures year-round compared to other parts of the valley, thanks to its elevation. The Las Vegas Valley is like a bowl. Summerlin sits atop the western part of the bowl at roughly 3,500 feet above sea level. In some areas, Summerlin reaches up to 4,400 feet. So whereas the Las Vegas Strip is approximately 2,000 feet above sea level. So big difference between Summerlin and Las Vegas as it relates to elevation. So the result of this is a difference of anywhere between 5 to 7 degrees. Since the average temperature drops 3.5 degrees for every 1,000 foot increase in elevation. And you didn't think you're gonna have a math equation right in the middle of this video, did ya? Well, I just dropped one on ya. You know, in the wintertime, with the higher elevation, it's not uncommon to see an occasional dusting of snow in Summerlin as well. So you get both extremes. You get the heat, and then you get the cold weather, with again a dusting of snow every year as well. So great weather living in a higher elevation compared to other parts of the valley. Our next pro is strong real estate values. With so much as Summerlin has to offer, homes tend to uphold their values more so here compared to anywhere else in the Las Vegas Valley. I've always heard that real estate comes down to 3 factors: location, location, and location. And Summerlin definitely has prominent location, which makes purchasing a home in this community a solid investment, not only now, but in the future. The next pro, which is our last pro, is one of the most important in my opinion, and that is 0 state income tax. There are only 9 states in the US without state income tax, and Nevada is one of them. What does that mean for you? Well, if you are looking to escape one of the 41 states like California, New York, Illinois, and on that has state income tax, when you move to Las Vegas, you will receive a 10 to 14% raise overnight. Not in a month, 2 months, literally overnight. And with inflation on the rise, the savings you will incur will really come in handy. Las Vegas has lower tax rates as well, which comes in at 8.38%. And a few other Las Vegas tax benefits include no tax on Social Security, lower property taxes. In fact, Nevada has some of the lowest in the nation at roughly 0.6% of the home purchase price, while the national average is at 1.07%. So some phenomenal savings there as well. There's also no tax on pensions and no tax on estate or inheritances. So no matter your income level, the tax advantages you'll experience here in Nevada alone make living in Summerlin and Las Vegas worth it. So let's shift now and talk about a few cons and disadvantages. Yes, believe it or not, Summerlin does have a few of them. The first one is higher than average home prices. Strong real estate values, as previously mentioned, usually mean higher home prices, and that is no different here in Summerlin, as the housing market is typically more expensive than the surrounding Las Vegas suburbs. The current median sales price is $676,000, which is up 28.4% year over year, where the median sales price of Las Vegas is $377,000, up 27.3% over the past year as well at the time of this recording of this video. So due to the increased housing demands in the Summerlin area, the prices of houses are higher than other areas. The next con is higher cost of living. So with the home prices being more expensive than other areas in the Las Vegas Valley, this is the primary driver of Summerlin's cost of living being more pricey. In fact, it's 1.2 times higher than the Nevada index as a whole. These higher costs do slightly spill over into local grocery stores, gas stations, and shopping as well. The next con is further distance from the Las Vegas Strip and the airport. Now, this is relatively speaking. If you're moving from another major metropolitan area, you are not going to bat an eye at 20 to 25 minute drive. But in relation to other Las Vegas suburbs, Summerlin does have a longer commute to the Las Vegas Strip and Harry Reid International Airport. But as I mentioned before, the Las Vegas Valley as a whole is not spread out as far as you would think for 2.5 million people. It's literally 30 miles from east to west and north to south. It again is not that large of an area for as many people that live here in the Las Vegas Valley. Our next con is public transportation. Now, while Summerlin does offer public transportation, there are relatively low number of routes, particularly in adjacent communities, often making it difficult to connect from suburb to suburb, which means you're most likely going to want to drive or take advantage of the rideshare companies for your transportation needs. Fortunately, Las Vegas's road system makes it easy to navigate around town, and traffic is generally pretty good. You know, living in a major city with tolerable traffic can be a real perk. It can also allow you to decide more freely what part of Summerlin you want to live in, as you don't have to factor in the disastrous daily traffic conditions like you are accustomed to if you live in Southern California, New York, Chicago, or Houston, in cities like those. Again, big perk of not having to deal with traffic and getting around a lot easier here in Summerlin and the Las Vegas area. Well, I think this gives you a good overview of the pros and the cons of living in Summerlin. It doesn't matter whether you are a young adult who wants to buy your first house or a retiree looking for a peaceful place to live after your retirement. Summerlin has all the things you can ask for. And if Summerlin interests you, I am so confident that we will be able to find you the perfect home as you relocate to Las Vegas. So please like and share this video. Please subscribe below and comment if you have any questions or found this video helpful. Also, be sure to check out our other Summerlin videos and videos on the surrounding areas so you can get a realistic sense of what it would feel like to live here in Las Vegas. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We are passionate about helping people make a smooth and stress-free move to Summerlin. So until next time, we hope to see you around town.